You have the home field advantage with Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle lead an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists working with athletes of every level to prevent injuries, enhance sports performance, or heal through surgery and rehabilitation. Let Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic get you back in the game and keep you in the game.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's. Welcome to week number 9 of Friday Night Football here on Salina Media Connection. We're here at Salina Stadium for the first round of the 2018 playoffs. We have a rematch of week 1 when we started our 2018 journey, the Salina Central Mustangs versus the Eisenhower Tigers. Hello everyone, I'm Colin Crowder, joined alongside my friend and partner, Mr. Charles Ross.
Wow, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm wondering if Goddard's going to come with some new plays, maybe some new offense, maybe even some new defense.
I think this is going to be a really cool test because a lot of times when you have football seasons, either college, high school, whatever, you don't really get to see teams twice in a year. So it's kind of, especially if you have at the beginning of the year and you have in the end of the year, you don't really have that kind of wide spectrum where you kind of get to see who's improved the most.
And that sometimes could be very bad, as we used to have a South and Central game 2 times.
Yeah. Salina Central coming in, finished the regular season 6-2, undefeated at Salina Stadium. And Eisenhower coming in at 3-5. And kind of some interesting notes that Eisenhower is 3-1 on the road this year. Their one loss being here at Salina Stadium in week 1. But interesting enough, Eisenhower 0-4 at home this year. You usually don't see that. You usually don't see teams that are the best on the road usually get it best at home.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe helps Eisenhower that you have they play their best football on the road, and then Central undefeated at Salina Stadium. So we'll kind of have to see which little trivia nugget, let's say, is more impressive tonight.
Yeah, this is one of them games, either win and keep playing or lose and go home. You want to have next week.
And it doesn't feel like the first week of the playoffs at all. It feels like we're just kind of starting this thing. Like, we're finally just getting in the groove. But, yeah, I mean, if Salina Central takes the L tonight, that would be it for them. Also was going to mention Salina South on the road tonight about this exact same time, playing number 1 seed Wichita Northwest. That's certainly going to be a tall task for the Cougars.
Especially since that team is sitting at 8-0.
Yep. Ranked number 1 in the West bracket in 5A. Eisenhower wins the toss. I'm going to defer to the second half. They didn't say, but I'm assuming that's going to be Salina Central receiving the ball to start the game.
Well, are we about ready to play some football?
I think we're about ready. Central, we've kind of seen before, they give up kind of a quick score on defense kind of early in the game, like where they're down kind of a quick 7-0, but then it's kind of all Central at that point. So we'll have to see. I mean, it's kind of hard to not hope for that quick score when Central comes back and kind of blows the team out after that. So you don't necessarily want to fix what isn't broken. Well, there's always certainly an improvement that can be had. Of course, I'd be kind of interested to see the special teams. Kind of worked out for them last week. Had some key kind of, missed extra points. I think we had a fumble on a kickoff.
Turned into 2 rather than the 1.
Yeah. It happened twice last week. They had 3 actually in total missed extra points, but 2 of them.
Now this is where Central's got to make it count from the beginning.
Special teams can certainly be a game changer. And that's a good start for them. Ball goes out of bounds. Central's going to start on the 35. And all in all, I think that was a pretty good kick, even though it went out of bounds. That's really the kind of area you want to keep it, because even just, it bounced to the left, but just even a bounce to the right, and that really kind of throws things out of whack.
Well, now's where you see where you can put that punch to them from the beginning and let them know that you are here for real.
I expect a first down Talon Peters handoff.
That's why it would be a good time to throw a pass.
Yeah. Of course, I've often been wrong on these.
And there it goes.
It's going to be Peters. Going to bounce it outside. 9-yard pickup on first down. You take a shot here on 2nd and 1 if you're Salina Central?
Well, I'd make them stop it first. I'd make them stop the run.
You have 2 receivers each side, but they are going to run it Peters again. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything.
No.
Maybe an inch or so. Yeah, the yard marker just kind of moved just slightly. Central's lining up pretty quick. Going to be 3rd and inches. They're going to slow it down and look off to the sideline for a signal. These are the kind of moments you just kind of hope you get under center and just quarterback sneak it up, pick up a first down. And it's going to be Peters again.
And he has the first down and more.
Easy pickup. Pick up at about 5. That moves the chains.
So, and I think that you keep running the run as long as they haven't stopped it.
Yeah.
Continue to use the same thing until they stop it.
Yeah, try not to get too fancy. Just run what keeps working. Good block.
They must have got they got the same message that we do.
Yeah. Peters had a nice little cut up. Might maybe see a Kavanaugh keeper here, and yeah, you do right there. Squirts up the middle, picks up about 9 or 10. That's going to be another Central first down. down here. Kavanaugh's going to roll out left. Pass complete. Going to be a couple yards short, it appears. But again, 4-down territory. Tyler Mayorga kind of got sandwiched in between two Eisenhower players. Kind of surprised he was able to come down with it.
Is this going to Talon?
And I think head coach Mark Sandbo is going to want to talk about that. And I think that's a good timeout. Of course, you never want to waste timeouts, but I think especially first half timeouts, you want to get the call right.
And you also want to fill out how your players are feeling.
Yeah.
If they feel like they can get it, or if they don't feel like they can get it.
Yeah. And even just kind of looking at both huddles here, there's several players for Eisenhower that have hands on hips already. While comparison, you look at the central huddle, and they're just kind of standing there with their arms at their sides.
That's what that's saying. It could be a long game for
Yeah.
Eisenhower.
Yeah. And I usually try not to look too much into body language, but especially when you have seemed like 6 players over there that had hands on hips, and even during this first drive, that's kind of a thing to stand out a little bit.
So true.
4th and 2. Officially going to spread it out a little bit, and it's going to be a handoff. Peters. He's got it.
Plus. And you know what's so bad? You should have already known where that was going.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they threw it on 1st and 2nd downs, and they were even 3rd down as well. They're still able to pick it up. Kavanaugh going to keep it, gets by 1. I think, if anything, he might have lost maybe a half a yard.
Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, kind of hard to see. Kavanaugh is going to be back to pass, looking over the middle. In the end zone, incomplete. Logan Heigl, the hands on it, trying to slide into the back of the end zone. Incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
I don't know why you.
And I know what you're thinking.
Not on that down.
Running the ball got you here.
Right.
And they're going to go back to throw. 3 receivers right side. They're going to screen it to Peters. He's going to pick up some, but still going to be short. Maybe picks up about 5. Again, I expect Central to line it up and go. We'll see if they try to spread out Eisenhower's defense here. A lot of kind of linemen just kind of crunched up into the middle, especially with Peters' speed. They can probably get something to the edge, you would imagine. But Kavanaugh is going to keep it, rolling out right side, pass complete.
Peters, and he's got
inside
the
the 5. You know, sometimes we say that, wow, you know, you assume Talon Peters is going to get the ball, and then when they don't hand it off to him, you're like, oh, he's not getting the ball, but then he's going to go out there and he's going to catch a pass, get it 1st and goal. And we're going to get,
got him.
We're going to, oh, no, they're actually going to be a false start, it looks like. I think I saw the FAR official signal false start.
Oh, wow.
I did not see the Central player who moved.
I saw a lot of whites jumping up.
Yeah. Still will be 1st and goal from inside the 10, but instead of the 4, you have it on the 9 now.
Sam, what's he?
Yeah, Coach Sandbo yelling a play call out there. Peters chugs forward, picks up a few, maybe gets it to the 6.
Pick up about 4, huh?
Tackle made by number 6, King Roy.
Already 5 minutes have passed in this first quarter. Central's had the ball the entire way. Kavanaugh's going to take it down. He's going to think he's going to keep it. Going to try and cut it back, and he's going to kind of get smashed into the turf. After all that, it's only going to get 1. Thought he could have maybe strung that out, tried to get to the edge a little bit more.
Or he could have cut into the inside.
Yeah.
Where it was wide open.
He kind of
may have had a touchdown.
He kind of just almost accepted defeat a little bit and slowed down and kind of took a big hit. Still gain of 1, 3rd down and 5 now. Talon Peters. Mayorga gonna switch sides, handoff. Peters gets a cut. Got by one of the initial tacklers that was in the backfield.
What's that ball on, about the 1?
I think it's gonna be right at the 1. Maybe a little bit closer than the 1, maybe about half-yard line. And I think they're gonna run a direct snap here, Talon Peters.
Well, they got Kevin off there. Oh, they did.
And
Correct.
do we?
Oh, but we got flags all over the place.
Yeah, I think we got another false start. Sometimes you have false start penalties that don't really hurt you, but both of these false start penalties
That
have
definitely
really
hurt.
hurt. And now that direct snap to Peters is going to be changed up as we're getting some of the non-big men personnel coming back out onto the field.
Is he going to kick it?
I think he is. That's a good call. I did not see that until they just started lining up. And they're going to fake it. And it's going to be Riley Counts right side. Cuts it inside.
Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a good fake.
Wow.
That was a good fake. Real good fake.
It looked like Kavanaugh, who was the holder, took the snap, was going to run option with Peters on his left, but then tosses it to Riley Counts, running the opposite way. And there was an Eisenhower player there ready to make a tackle, but Riley Counts able to make the cut. And that's going to be, that's going to be no good. And we see special teams, especially the extra point, being troublesome for Salina Central for the 2nd week in a row.
Last week, though, they made up for it.
Yes.
A couple of times, I believe.
Yeah. And you know that probably Eisenhower's looking at that film saying, hey, even if this thing busts down, we got to be ready to defend kind of a broken play. But, man, what a play call on that fake field goal.
That was a good fake. I think they had me even faked out for a minute there.
Yeah, I think they did too. It kind of just, I think it's really what caught me was that number 28 for Salina Central just running all by himself. Like, he wasn't looking like he was running a fake running. He was, I got the ball in my hands running. And especially a good fake because when you have your two kind of big guys, you know, Jackson Kavanaugh and Talon Peters, they went to that side, but they were able to fake it going the other side. Now, Coach Sandbo is going to be talking to the official about something. Now he's going to have Talon Peters come over. Not sure if it was something with the
looks like something with
personnel.
His gear.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of on the back side of his shoulder pad looks like what they're kind of looking at. Yeah, I think Coach Sandbo looking for a screwdriver. If we were at El Saline in Brookville, I'm sure a lot of people would probably have a screwdriver on hand. They'd have that screwdriver out there in no time. Eisenhower is going to be getting their first shot. Talon Peters with the kick away. Pretty good kick. Fielded right at the goal line, but going to be his progress. Takes him into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. Central's defense, pretty good most of the year. A lot of times when teams have scored, it's kind of been what they call garbage time, where it's like games kind of already been decided.
Salina Central football team would like to thank the Ark Church for last night's pregame meal.
Eisenhower going to swing it out, first down. Going to get to the edge.
And he
He'll
has
be
the first down. and
pushed
a
out of
little ball.
bounds.
Doesn't he?
I think he does. No, they're going to call him 1 yard
that's a
short.
9 yard. 9 yards on that play.
I think that was Cooper Chard who was able to push him out of bounds, and if he's not there in position, he's gone.
To the house.
Eisenhower going to run same formation, and we're going to flip the side. And they're going to look that right side. Incomplete pass off the hands.
Took his
Number
eye off the
23,
ball.
Parker Wenzel had a first down, but now you're looking at a third down. Granted, it's 1 yard. Now, something interesting here. Number 33, Talon Peters coming onto the field on the third down.
And he played some defense last year. He played middle linebacker, and that's that same place they got him now.
And, you know, who knows? He could have been out there, I guess, maybe earlier this year. We hadn't certainly eyed him.
No, I don't think he was. Well, at least not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. And I think he might be short. They're going to mark it fourth down. I mean, obviously,
Do you punt or do you?
you got fourth and short, but you're also a 3-4 football team that's on the road first round of the playoffs. Looks like offense going to stay up. Quarterback's also going to go under center. They're going to hand it off fullback. He's got it.
Oh,
and he's
got
still
more.
going. Going to be just shy of midfield. And that's kind of the price you take when you play everybody up on the line. You get that first layer. There isn't a second layer, really.
Making a tackle for the Mustangs, number 36, Greg Gibson.
Greg Gibson able to track down the fullback. New set of downs for Eisenhower. That's going to be a handoff. And what a play!
Mr. Gibson again.
Really kind of hit the back arm. I didn't think he fully had it, but then he was able to get some of the jersey. And he had a little WWE throwing him into the ground, throwing him into the ropes kind of move there. Loss of about 5. And they're going to swing it out again. Pass a little high for number 3. Probably should have had it, but would have been making a one-handed catch. Colton McKinnon incomplete, and now we got third and pretty long.
Thrown by number 18, Colin Mackey. It's in for number 3, Colton McKinnon.
Colin Mackey,
Back
the
to
quarterback,
pass.
going to be passing again
Whoa.
over the middle. Pretty good coverage. Had just a little bit of an opening, but enough to disrupt it. And the special teams unit's going to be on the field for Eisenhower. Mackey, the quarterback, kind of a little hit and miss there. Had some passes on the money, but receivers been dropping them, and some he's had a little high, but receivers still not able to come down with them. Low punt, picks up off a hop. Fielded by Ben Driver. And
He's
here,
hit right there.
no, not going to get a flag. I thought we might have a little kick
Well,
catch
he didn't
interference.
flag it. He didn't fair catch it.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that necessarily.
Yeah, he didn't.
I thought
fair
maybe I
catch
saw.
it. He was going to try and run.
Okay, good call.
But that guy, the Eisenhower, was right on top of him.
Well, even we saw, was it last week or a couple weeks ago, he called a kick-catch interference that we were kind of puzzled by.
Yeah.
Wondered if we were going to get some weird call that didn't give enough room, not sure, but Salina Central going to take over on the 24. Good job by the defense, able to get a stop. Handoff Peters, going to bounce it outside. Getting pretty good on the jersey holding tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Cody Hawks able to pull down Talon Peters.
Maybe a little bit loose on the jersey.
A little bit, yeah. You're going to get those like tearaway jerseys,
Yeah.
you know? Gonna be second and 8. Kavanaugh going to look right side.
And it's
High
picked off.
and errant.
Boy, what a break for Eisenhower.
Kavanaugh looking to his two receivers right side. Both of them kind of stopped. The inside receiver looked at it and go, that's way too high for me. And then the outside receiver looked and said, that's way too far out in front. Really kind of just threw it to the kind of back safety for Eisenhower. And that punt works out pretty well. Gonna be sweep right side.
They're right there waiting on him.
Talon Peters.
He goes nowhere.
3 for a 5-yard loss. That was Caden Roy they tried to run it with. Only 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Back to
Max
pass.
is going to look left side. That's going to be low.
But that was awful close to could have been pass interference.
Could have been.
He was right
Kind of went over the
there.
top of him.
Yeah. When you got him down like this, you sure don't need to give him anything.
Yeah. A dumb penalty would certainly give Eisenhower another shot. Going to be
Back
third
to
and
pass.
15, though, again. And he's going to be taken down.
I'm not so
Kind
sure
of
if he didn't fall
Kind
down.
of, I was going to say a little bit of a help from gravity, and the quarterback himself might have gotten a little bit of a hand in there, but I think, yeah, I think there, you know, it's kind of you're in that territory when you're 4 down, but when you're fourth and when you're 4th and 21, I mean, you got to at least, even if you kick the ball out of the end zone, that's a 21-yard change compared to if you maybe ran it for 5 yards or something. Kick is away. Ben Driver gonna watch it bounce at the 10. And they're gonna get it right at the 1. Number 1 downs it at the 1 for Eisenhower.
That ain't the 1. That's a half.
That is very true. I was wondering if you're even getting closer to be, you know, kind of a mishap where the ball rolls into the end zone.
Well, his back of his feet was in the end zone.
Yeah.
I don't know how that went.
I thought maybe his like shoulder pad or maybe even his helmet was there, but Central running a lot of things out of shotgun. You'd be really worried, and especially with last week, kind of some mishandles on the snap between Peters and Kavanaugh. He's going to throw it deep, first down.
That's a man, and he caught it. A one-handed catch.
I have no words.
Wow.
I have no words.
That was a one-handed catch.
Ben Driver, I was worried that ball maybe kind of went through the arm a little bit, maybe touched the ground when he slid, but they're going to call it a reception. 35-yard gain and back to Peters. I just can't.
That was a good one-handed catch.
Wow. That looked like disaster on the eighth-inch line. Back to Peters, weaving through traffic, still on his feet. Gonna be about 1 yard short. Maybe even shorter than a yard of a first. We'll see where they officially mark it.
Wow, that's probably a half a yard.
Making a tackle, number 17, Chance Only.
Low snap, Kavanaugh gonna have to keep it, runs into a wall.
He gets away.
Able to pick up the first down.
Wow.
Oh, geez. And we might have an Eisenhower player down. And
He's looking like
that is Caden Roy coming up limping, probably gonna come off.
That's one of the running backs.
Yeah, he was running back and might have been one of the receivers on some plays, and looks like he's really struggling to get off the field.
Wow.
New set of downs. Might be last play of the half. Barring an incomplete pass.
Back to pass.
Looking for counts. I think we're going to get a flag, and we do. Pass again was a little long for counts, but
he was all over.
He was for sure.
Yeah, I mean he's carrying.
Yeah.
He's carrying the defensive man and himself.
Yeah.
Wow. So there are a few turn of events. What would you say so far?
There's just too much so far that I just can't handle. That touchdown, fake field goal.
That was a good one.
That catch by Ben Driver.
Oh,
this run by Talon Peters. Inside the 20. And we're going to flip sides as that's the end of the first quarter. Probably some of the most exciting quarter we've had all year. And at the end of the first quarter, it's going to be a 6-0 Mustang lead, and we'll be back right after this message.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.
Welcome back to the next 12 minutes of football. We're going to be starting the second quarter. Salina Central on the 17. Looking to get into the end zone for the second time tonight.
So they're playing like they want to win.
I think so, and they're making the plays they need to make. They've made some mistakes that one specifically that turnover, almost turnover, could have cost them. Had some penalties, but still able to get a touchdown. But coming up with some big plays when you need them.
And they've marched the ball down the field basically every time they've had the ball.
Right. Kavanaugh going to keep it.
That's going
nowhere. Was wanting to bounce it outside, but
man was blocked right back into it.
Exactly. Gonna lose, what is that, 6 maybe? Yeah, scoreboard's gonna say 2nd and 16. And we'll see if Kavanaugh does decide to go to pass. I don't think you necessarily have to with a running game as good as it has been. Kavanaugh gonna look over the middle to a wide open receiver.
Touchdown!
Gavin Prester with the touchdown reception. Pretty much wide open in the middle. Had defenders certainly in the area, but pretty big window that Kavanaugh found Gavin Prester in. And
This one is
kick
good.
is good.
Yeah, the Eisenhower team is going to have to find something. And they need to find it quick before this game gets away from them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the quarterback for Eisenhower is looking mildly good. He's had some kind of throws that haven't really given his receivers any chance, but there's been some throws he's had pretty much right on the money. It's just receivers not making catches. But then on the running side of the ball, not necessarily.
I don't even think they've had a running
Yeah,
game.
and I was going to say, not even Central, not necessarily getting pressure exactly right up the middle, but anything they try to run to the outside, Central's been there to shut it down for multiple lost yards. And it does appear the far returner from us, I do believe that is number 6, Caden Roy, who we saw kind of hobbling off the field not too long ago. And he's going to get a chance here, but no, he's not going to have a chance, excuse me, going to be a touchback in the end zone.
But the good thing is he's back out there.
Yeah. Still look like he's jogging a little slower than maybe some other players out back to the sideline, but definitely able to move a lot better than he was.
Eisenhower's going to need to move the ball now. And if they don't move it, boy, they could be in for a long game.
1st and 10 on the 20. Going to be a handoff. Gets some good yards. Good tackle by Ben Driver.
That's what they need, though. Eisenhower needs some running going on. And that was a good run for 5 yards.
Could have been even more if Ben Driver doesn't make a pretty good open field tackle coming from the safety position. Able to cut that only a 5-yard gain. Gonna run option. Gonna be a keeper by Colin.
He's going nowhere.
Mackey. Nothing. Maybe lost a yard or two, or they might, yeah, maybe.
Couple yards.
Yeah. There's your 3rd down again. Gonna be 3rd and 6.
3rd and a big 6.
Yes. You assume passing down here.
He's back to pass.
Looking right side. Receiver falls down. Looking for Cooper Ryan. Throw probably a little bit behind. The receiver falls down trying to go reach back and get it.
They're sending the punt team in. I'm not so sure that's a good deal. And why do I say that? Because the Mustangs have marched the ball down the field every time.
And I feel like, you're at that point where you're 4th and 6th. 6. And drops the ball.
No!
Gets the point away for maybe about 5 yards.
So what? You might as well had
run the ball at that point.
Stayed there. I'm not any way predicting anything, but I think we might as well have ran a play there.
Yeah, you had a. It looked
been
like
the same position.
Even off the kind of botched snap and whatnot, looked like he still had time after he recovered it to kick it. But then he just kind of tried to run outside, and then by the time he tried to kick it, it was too late. But Talon Peters going to have an answer for that.
He's breaking tackles.
Inside the 10, going to be at the 9. Things going from bad to worse for Eisenhower in a flash. And especially if you're wanting to come in here and play, you know, kind of a higher seed, you can't be making the mistakes Eisenhower's making right now. Kavanaugh going to slip out of bounds, maybe going to pick up another yard. We'll see where they mark him.
He's kind of limping.
Yeah, he is a little bit, kind of. Maybe that right leg. Peter's going to go right side. Pump fake to him.
Oh, it's touchdown.
Pass complete to Ben Driver. Good little pump fake there by Kavanaugh. Looking like he's going to swing it out to Peters. Immediately looks for his read, Ben Driver, in the end zone. Had a couple officials. We do have this flag. Did not see that at the end. That touchdown's going to be nullified. We had a flag way down here where the official was at about the 5-yard line. They're going to say it was an illegal shift and had two players in motion at the same time. He did have Peters, but yeah, that flag was really hidden. A lot of people thought it was a touchdown. Didn't see it. The band was playing the fight song, and that call didn't come until late. That's going to back it up. Second goal on the 13. Kavanaugh in trouble. Still able to get away. Back in the end zone.
He caught it. He caught it. Mr. Counts caught that ball with a man draped all over him.
Sometimes, Charles, it's just not even fair. Sometimes it's just not fair. Sometimes you make an impressive play, and then it doesn't go your way, and then you make an even more impressive play.
The man was draped all over him, and he still caught it. Oh.
And that's up and good. And we got 9 minutes, 38 seconds till halftime. We got a 20-0 ball game, Salina Central.
Yeah, I'm not the one to gossip, but I told you I think they've got to go for every chance they got. Eisenhower has got to take it. They cannot give the ball back to the Salina Central Mustangs. Right now, they are hot.
Yeah, 4th and 15 sounds like a better chance than punting it away to Driver and Counts and Kavanaugh and Peters.
We got one-handed catches going on. We got men draped all over you catching the ball.
We got fake field goals.
Yeah, fake field goals. And they were even, at that time, they even faked me out. I didn't know which way.
And we're just like barely past a quarter of the way through this game.
Yeah. They're wanting to win, it looks like, pretty bad.
I think so. Of course, always still a long way to go. Things can always change in a hurry, but it ain't looking like it right now.
Not this week. If they're going to make their move, they better do it now.
They better do it. Kickoff going to be fielded about the 3. There's number 6 running right side. Going to get it to the 20, maybe 21, 22.
They don't call out one, a multitude.
Yeah,
that's the whole
and it kind of seemed weird. I mean, it did kind of just seem to run into the pile there.
Yeah.
But granted, good job of Mustang defenders on the outside staying at home that even if he cut it back, probably wasn't going to get anything. 1st and 10 again now for Eisenhower. Got to get something going. Going to pass it on 1st down.
Ooh.
Maybe a little bit early there. Maybe a little bit of early contact there. Ball was still into the hands or on the arms of the receiver. Wasn't able to get it, but
He's very lucky he didn't get a flag.
I think we're pretty much in agreement. Maybe got there about a half second early.
But when things are going your way, they're going your
Yeah,
way.
for sure. That was Dakota Hogan there, number 14 on the coverage. They're going to go back to
pass
again. And that was good timing right there. Cooper Chard able to make the tackle.
What was that, about 5 yards?
That's about 5, maybe 3rd and 5 now.
Well, it was like 3 of them went 5 yards and just sat down.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do to get this other 5 yards?
I think you probably have to go pass again, which they probably will. They're going to go right side, pass high. Looking for number 23 out in the flat. Looking for Parker Wenzel. Kind of been a target a few times tonight. And Eisenhower going to bring on the special teams again.
Yeah, and this time you need to punt, for sure. And you need to punt, and I mean punt.
Yeah.
Because if they march the ball on you, oh!
Almost getting close there. Ben Driver going to field it. Maybe right side. We're going to get a flag for blocking the back. Ben Driver barreled into, not sure if you saw that, but Ben Driver barreled into Drew Burgoon. Basically kind of ran into Drew Burgoon, and Drew Burgoon kind of pinballed into an Eisenhower defender. But that's going to be nullified. We do have even 2 officials saw it. And I think it looked pretty evident from my point of view. Not really any contesting from the fans or sideline of Salina Central.
Well, when you're up 20-0, a few mistakes don't hurt.
Yeah, and you know, it was that maybe 4th, 5th penalty now on Salina Central. Not sure we've had one on Eisenhower tonight. And we can talk about the Eisenhower offense not moving the ball, but if this defense doesn't figure out how to stop this arsenal on offense to Taylor Peters.
And he had him.
Had him. He probably would have been gone.
To the house, you're probably right. If he would took a little bit off of that.
Yeah.
That's 7 or 6.
Yeah.
Then 7.
Yeah.
Or 8. You never know.
Maybe. Even if you add one more point onto that scoreboard, you're going to be. Goddard Eisenhower is not going to want that. Just feels like the scale is almost ready to break. Coach Sambo not very happy. It looked like he was trying to bark out some call to his offense and still wasn't able to get what he wanted and was able to call a timeout. But again, you're up 20-0, offense rolling, left with 1 timeout, but I don't think that's really going to matter.
No. 8:28 left in the quarter. Put up another 7, and I guess you go into the halftime comfortable.
Pretty much.
Then you just got to start out on that 3rd quarter and can't have a letdown.
Yeah, and even if you kind of come out at the beginning of the 3rd quarter and it's still kind of a rout, I mean, junior varsity games are over, but you might get an extra game here at week 9.
Yeah.
Even though it's 20 points and it's still not even a third way into the 2nd quarter, still definitely got to keep pushing the tempo. Don't try and say, hey, you know, we're just going to run a clock here. You got to keep being aggressive. And it's going to be a handoff. Peters cutting it back left and right. And kind of to piggyback off that statement, I don't think Sambo is very conservative in some moments. When you saw one of the games, they were up probably by about 35 points, and he was still throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah. Well, that makes sure that they won't come back on you.
Yeah.
I've seen people go into prevent, and prevent means it prevents you from winning.
Yeah. Handoff.
Count.
Yeah, that was counts. I was like, that didn't look like Talon Peters out there.
Carry the ball for the Mustangs, number 28, Riley Counts. Making the tackle on
Kind of see Counts being the kind of smallest player on the field getting the handoff there.
Wow, they're punting it.
Kind of an
Are they
interesting
punting
move.
it?
I think so. I think they were maybe just trying to get some misdirection maybe while going to Counts on that. Talon Peters still on the field on that play. And they're going to fake it. Big man running through, and he's going to flip around. First down, Central. Should we have expected anything different? Should we expected?
That's why I asked you the question I asked
Oh
you.
my goodness!
I just didn't feel to believe that they were going to punt
And I was
that
just like,
ball.
oh, well, you're up by 20. I mean, you got to think so, right? I mean, your defense been playing good, but no, man, they're going to keep playing aggressive. Talon Peters.
Picks up a couple, maybe.
I don't know if he's might even lose maybe a little bit. I don't know if he got anything.
Oh, he might have lost a.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He did lose a yard.
So right here, so we predict halfback pass, and then a hook and ladder. You know, just the craziest stuff. There's Counts, left side. Man, we got a black flag coming out backside here. Around the line of scrimmage. Play was pretty much already over. And we're going to get a hold, and this hold seems to be in the area of really no reason at all. It's going to be on Riley Shepard.
Well, they probably need to throw one of them passes down there and get a one-handed catch again.
Yeah. Well, they got to be on the quarter-yard line to be able to do that, though. That was on the right guard there. They're going to run a screen here. And just kind of had to throw it into the pile. Not necessarily Eisenhower reading that really well. It just seemed that Central's offensive line didn't really hold their blocks very long. Usually you kind of hold them for a couple of seconds where you go out and block for a screen, but kind of really quick releases. We got a 3rd and 21 now for Salina Central. No reason to doubt why they obviously can't convert this, but Talon Peters going to be running the ball. Not going to be able to get the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down. And I don't see there as comes the special teams unit. But again, are they going to punt the ball?
They are this time.
I think they are. They got 4th and 12 to go. A lot better than about 4th and 5 they're at last time. So now officially it appears first punt of the night. Man, it's going to be a high snap, but I think Peters still going to have time to get it away.
And he does.
He does. Nice kind of fly ball snap there.
They're going your way.
Talon Peters had a can of corn out there around the 30-yard line he had to come down with before he could kick it away. But that punt still gets it inside the 15. So far we have the Twitter poll for the song playing at halftime. Appears a Justin Bieber song is currently in the lead. I know you're excited about that, Charles. First down run there by Eisenhower. We can leave that where it needs to be. I know you're a big Bieber fan. It's all right.
I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah. Gonna be about a pickup about 3 yards on first down.
Making a tackle number 25, Drew Burgoon.
And that's what the Eisenhower needs, is they need some momentum going into half.
They got to at least get, I mean, the only time they've had the ball, it seems like over midfield, was on the turnover of Salina Central. And good job by rallying to the
that ball too early.
Yeah, he does. Good job, though, rallying to the ball, moving
He's gotta
downfield.
go all the way down to the corner, and just as they hit him, pitch it.
Tackle number 57, Fernando Rodriguez.
And kind of when you get to those positions, it's almost like you're just like, here, I don't want to get hit. You just throw it to your running back.
Right.
Going to be 3rd and 7. Didn't really pick up anything. That last play, you expect to be going to the air here. Going to have 2 receivers. Going to move over now, but they're going to sweep it. They're going to reverse it. Pass to the quarterback, Mackey. Takes a pretty good hit, but not before he comes down with it. And we're going to get a late flag. I thought we might have gotten something around the face mask. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a face mask. I saw it here.
Yeah. I definitely saw the helmet kind of move with an arm going over the face.
Yeah, it was obvious.
Yeah. Going to be only a 5-yard penalty. That's kind of the momentum you're looking for if you're
That is.
Eisenhower.
And you moved the ball. However you did it,
Yeah.
you moved the ball.
And it might be only the trick play is going to have to do it. That's a kind of a almost lateral pass.
Only pickup of a couple yards. 40. Yep. Oh, not even a
Even maybe one. 3:25 and counting before halftime. Eisenhower going to have 2 receivers right side with the slot. And they're going to do a little bit of a 270 turn. Kind of just
That's a man.
throws it up. Incomplete.
Wow.
Was that Parker Wenzel again? No, excuse me. That was Mason Turney. I kind of went under it, slid for it, had the
Looked
ball
like he had it there
in
for
his
a
grasp,
second.
but it seemed like it probably just went through his arms and kind of maybe just off his belly, off his kind of hip, and just rolled out of bounds. That would have been about a maybe 17-yard pickup. Obvious first down, but now you're looking at a 3rd and 9. And that time's going to be to Parker Wenzel.
Well, do you punt?
I think you got to keep him on here. You're getting real close, letting this game get away. I mean, 2:48 and counting is still way too much time for a Central offense. You really haven't stopped all too much except the last set of
What
downs.
they'll do is he'll do that quick punt deal. Quick. No.
Rolling it out and
Whoa.
too far out in front. Looking for Chance Omley. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And something I kind of noticed those last few plays are Eisenhower seem to be opening up the playbook a little bit more.
They are.
Which, I mean, you have to.
Well, now what's really got to happen is you got to find some defense.
Yeah.
You cannot let them go down and score again.
And now they already got the ball in Eisenhower territory. And that's going to be a forward pass out of bounds. Kind of, I think, Taylor Peters could have maybe had that. But the look I'm getting from Charles right now. Ball kind of way over the head of Taylor Peters.
Yeah. I guess if he would have had
his stilts
pogo
on, maybe.
stick.
Yeah, his pogo stick, yeah. Going to run kind of a bunch trips formation. Going to use them as blockers as Talon Peters going to carry it for about 4 yards.
Are you in 2-down territory?
Oh, I think you absolutely are, because even if you turn it over on 4th down, Eisenhower hasn't shown anything to move the ball and probably won't be able to do it in a timely manner. Eisenhower will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Talon Peters, kind of with his hands out to his side, was looking for a play call. And I think Coach Sandbo is going to take their final timeout of the half.
He looked like he wasn't too happy to call that.
Yeah. Central is kind of stagnating recently, but it really doesn't look like Eisenhower's doing anything different. I think it's just the execution part of the offense right now hasn't just been as tight as it had been. I think even though it's 20-0, 1:45 for halftime, it can still be a ball game at 20-0 at halftime. I think there's still room for Eisenhower to chip away at this lead in the second half, but you're going to get down 27-0. That really just kind of seems like a huge swing in points there. And you're only looking at a 3-touchdown.
I know
game.
You still have that mystical thought that it's not over.
Oh, it's not over.
But
over.
I can almost tell you this one is over.
I know you got the lady right here. Just kind of pleading why she can't sing already, but Kavanaugh gonna do a little quarterback draw. Not sure if that was really designed or not. Kind of in that gray area, but Kavanaugh gonna take another big hit. That's gonna bring up 4th down. And a little bit interesting, Eisenhower not going to elect to call a timeout. Thought they might want to get the ball back a little bit with some time, but obviously Central's going to run this down to about a minute left.
And they know that they get the ball first at the 3rd quarter, right after halftime, so they're probably going to be comfortable with that.
Yeah. And they're going to go for it on 4th down over the middle. Talon Peters laying all out for it. And that's going to be incomplete and a turnover on downs. Eisenhower is going to take over on the 40, and that's the second time that Eisenhower has been able to stop Salina Central and stop a drive. Granted, if you don't count the turnover interception they had earlier. 57 seconds, all 3 timeouts for Eisenhower. We'll see if they get something going, maybe.
He's going back.
He's going to take off and run with it. He's going to cut it kind of outside where you thought he might just kind of...
He got the 1st down.
Kind of seemed like he might just run forward, maybe slide, but decided he's going to cut it out. And they got the ball in Central territory. But they don't seem like they're going to call timeout. Clock's still running, 43 seconds. They're going to pass. Had his receiver, Mason Turney, just kind of wide open out there by the hash marks.
I don't know why they don't just try to chuck one down all the way for a touchdown.
And really, the offense has just been inconsistent all around. It's kind of like when somebody somewhat does their job, another person doesn't. When there's a good pass, there's a drop.
Yeah.
When there isn't a good pass, the receiver is kind of not even in the area to be able to make a play.
He's back.
Mackey going to throw middle of the field.
Man.
Complete that time.
That's a 1st down.
And finally, with 29 seconds, Eisenhower going to take their first timeout.
If I'm Goddard, I'd throw the ball down the field. this first down, I'd go for it all.
Yeah.
And guess what? If we get it, we're back in this thing.
I mean, it kind of seemed like last few downs, Central's giving them the kind of 10, 15-yard pass over the middle. But you do have 29 seconds and still 2 timeouts. You also do have a clock that stops if you get a first down for just a few seconds. We'll see what they want to do. It looks like all the Central defenders playing about 6 yards off their receivers. And they're going to take that shot.
He got it.
And that's going to be a completed pass down to the 2. Central receiver fell down. Didn't really look like there was any interference contact. Just kind of seemed incidental.
Too.
That's going to leave them with 1 timeout with 20 seconds left and 2 yards to go.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything, Charles. I'm just.
He's going to say.
I'm just saying there looks like a good football game.
All right.
I'm just saying that maybe your friend here might need to go get some snacks.
I knew
and maybe come back in maybe an hour. That's all I'm saying.
I knew it was coming.
But I'm also saying that I could be kind of full of it if quarterback fumbles the ball, Ben Driver picks it up and runs 98 yards the other way.
That's correct.
As you know, it's been that kind of night.
It has.
Yeah, I'm wondering, it looks like they might have, Mackey's going to take it from under center. Man in motion, going to hold hand off to the fullback.
They're in.
And we got a football game in Salina. Tigers on the board. 16 seconds before half. We got a 14-point game, but we have an extra point coming.
Good.
That is up and good.
So 13 points.
What a drive, really. What a drive. And finally, when we talk about the inconsistencies, things finally clicking there. Mackey making great passes, receivers making decent to incredible catches, especially the one that got him down to the 2.
Yeah.
And that's that kind of adversity you got to overcome if you're the Tigers. And especially
the only thing I look forward to is what are the Mustangs going to do now? Just fall on the ball, or
I don't know. I mean, you have an aggressive Coach Sandbo that can obviously just take the life out of this little glimmer of hope that Eisenhower has. And, you know, Eisenhower might be sitting pretty good, wanting to just kind of go into halftime. This is kind of maybe a spot where they're a little vulnerable with a night where things are going your way. And they're going to kind of up onside kick it.
And he got it! Flag.
Not sure what the flag necessarily will be. I mean, he kicked it on the 40. Ball went 10 yards. Kind of caught it at about the 48. If I'm not mistaken.
They would have the ball.
Didn't need to be touched by a Mustang player.
Pass.
They're gonna. Okay.
What?
Must hit the ground. So I think I see what they mean. So of course the kicker kind of kicked it in the air, did not kind of do what we see most times on television where they kind of spike it into the ground and then get that high bounce. kind of just immediately went for the kick. So that does seem to be a pretty good call, as there was a central receiver wanting to make the catch, but Eisenhower hit him. But Peter's going to run the ball, going to be out of bounds. Good job getting out. About the 30, maybe 31. 10 seconds left, but again, no timeouts. And I think they might even measure him. And now they're going to waive first down, but even they're going to move the chains. Even first down or not, I think you might just have to start taking shots at the end zone here with 10 seconds. But again, and here comes number 20, Ben Driver, coming in for Tyler Mayorga. Again, middle of the field's been pretty wide open. Kavanaugh, man coming after him. He's going to be taken down. There's a horse collar there. I thought it looked like he had his hand behind the inside the shoulder
I
pads.
think he did, and the time runs out.
That could have led to another play, but the sack leads us to halftime with a spark from the Tigers. Makes it a 20-7 football game, and we'll be back with some halftime discussion right after this.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.
Hello and welcome to the Salina Media Connection halftime show here at week 9, first round of the playoffs. We have a 20-7 ball game. Salina Central versus Goddard Eisenhower. Why, we have a ball game at halftime.
We do, and I think you may be still stung from the way they caught that one-handed pass, or in the corner with a guy draped all over him. I mean, the Mustangs can't do anything that's wrong tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I think it was like, an interception and a couple penalties, but who cares? Even with the penalties, they're still able to make those yards up back. We have the offense firing on so many cylinders, but that's kind of the first quarter and a half. We didn't see much. Eisenhower able to finally get those stops they needed in the second quarter, and that allowed Eisenhower to actually get some movement on the offensive side of the ball, and they're back in it.
They are back in it, but they're still 13 points down. It's going to matter what happens when they come out in this third quarter and how this game is played.
And kind of just on Salina Central's offensive side, it just kind of seemed like execution just wasn't as crisp and as tight as it was in the first quarter. It didn't seem like Eisenhower was doing anything differently on defense. They just, maybe just a little bit of a letdown, maybe kind of those normal thoughts that, hey, you know, we're kind of been rolling through a lot of these games. We see kind of towards halftime, it just kind of gets blown out, but hey, this isn't the regular season anymore. This is playoff time.
Right, you either win or you go home.
We'll have to see what happens second half. I'm very interested to see. We were kind of both thinking that, you know, Central's going to keep rolling, but Eisenhower making it a game. They do get the ball to start the third quarter, so we'll have to see what happens, though. But thank you for watching the Salina Media Connection halftime show, and we'll be back right after this. And we're back here starting the third quarter. Central kick away.
Deep.
Fielded about the 1. Number 6 running with authority. And gonna be out of bounds around the 39. That's the start you want.
That is the start you want if you're Eisenhower.
Eisenhower fans on their feet. I still think, though, I think you're gonna get a focused Central team coming out.
We'll know right here after this settled down.
We are. Eisenhower really kind of bunching it up here. Still have 2 receivers each side with the running back off the left. And we're going to run it left side. Good job by the Mustangs shutting that down. No gain on the play. Going to be 2nd and 10. They're going to run that same formation. Going to spread it out now.
Good pass.
Down the field.
There's a flag.
So we're going to get 2 flags. The question is that offensive or defensive? Because I think there was fighting both ways there.
There was fighting both ways.
More than likely those calls go on the defense, but there were arms
Was he
extended.
trying to get him off of him, though?
And they're going to call it on the defense. They're going to call it on Gage Presser. And I think from our vantage point, that probably could have gone either way.
It could have. But if you're down there, it may have been that he was trying to get him off of him.
Yeah. You still got some stuff
But
going
it's better
now.
to hold him than to let him score a touchdown on him.
Yeah. It's going to be a handoff. Pick up of about 5. Those were the kind of runs you weren't getting that at all in the first half if
No.
you're Eisenhower. A 5-yard run with your running back on first down, they were not getting any of that.
No. And if they go down and score right now, they're back in this game.
Yeah. They're going to swing it out left side.
And he's got running room.
Got it to McKinnon. He's got another first down. Tigers moving the ball down the field. Now, it just seems like Eisenhower is just more ready to play right now. They're making the blocks. They're making the handoffs, making the reads.
Pitch.
And that play could have been blown up for a little bit much of a loss, but still only able to get a couple after
And
that.
that was the first time I seen the quarterback hold until the man
He
was
did.
about to hit him.
He did.
And then pitch.
Yeah. Be able to pitch that ball when you know that guy coming at you is going to be tackling you.
That's
That
right.
commits to you, not pitch it to the other guy, and then the guy, that was going to originally tackle you goes and makes the tackle on the guy you just pitched it to. It's going to be quarterback keeper.
And he's got
Had him in the backfield. I think that was.
Wow.
I think that was-
They're coming out with a vengeance, it looks like.
I think that was Dylan Dominguez who had Mackey kind of wrapped up a little bit in the backfield, but just let go. And they got a new set of downs. Look like they're on the 11. It's going to be a handoff. Good stop there.
Do they go to the air now?
I think you got to keep running it a little bit. Either be keeping it on the ground with your running back, which has worked at times, but then I think you might see some quarterback run here.
I'm not so sure. I wouldn't just go to that corner, that far corner, and throw it up over the top.
Could see that. They're going to run option again this time. Pitched it way too early. But gets kind of
looked like his own man.
clotheslined there. He really kind of seemed to run into a block that was happening. Number 3 for Eisenhower was carrying the ball, really kind of was holding it like a quarterback out there.
Wow.
Pitch came very early, but still able to get
Pick up some
something
yards.
going. Well, we have a 3rd down and 9. Or third down and maybe, third down and about maybe 6.
If you don't get this, do you kick the field goal?
Hey, but you can still get a first down at about the 1-yard line. Low snap. Has runners after him. Going to throw it into the end zone.
Oh, and he had a man there, too.
That
Wide open.
could have been a huge break for Eisenhower. Salina Central defender had the hands on it, goes behind the defender, and the Eisenhower receiver almost came up with it. And we are going to get some special personnel, but
Field goal time.
is Eisenhower going to have their own little answer to a fake field goal? They're pretty much at the exact same location Salina Central was left at.
That. I'm thinking they're going to go for this field goal.
I think they will, especially how they're moving.
But they need to get that 10 to 20.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get a flag. It might be delay a game. And that is going to be delay a game. That's going to back that up 5 yards. And that could be a huge 5 yards. Just took a little too long taking their time to get lined up. Looks like he's going to be kicking this from about the 19. So maybe about a 29-yard, maybe around there. Snap got down late. I think he missed it.
Wow,
he missed it to the left.
He had enough leg in it, though.
He did. I thought I saw that ball just flash so quickly in front of that white pole, and that's kind of a momentum herder. We talk about momentum
that is
fairly often.
Drive it down there.
But you have such an impressive first drive, and now you come up with nothing.
But now it's the matter of what can your defense do.
And I think with that, they're actually going to get the ball on the 20. And that's the thing I've seen before in high school rules. It's been there. It's either inside the 20 and they kick a field goal and they miss it. They get the ball on the 20 instead of where the field goal was made. Kavanaugh going to keep it. Gets a little bit of separation off a stiff arm. And he's going to be twisted around. Kind of a late jumper there on Kavanaugh. Kind of grazed the side of him. Maybe two.
About 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah. Mustangs certainly catching a break from the missed field goal. Peters with first carry, has blocks. First down yardage.
And more. First down and more, huh?
Kavanaugh now going to look left side. Kind of dancing around. You almost just think you just need to run forward.
They just kind of snuck him back there, too.
Yeah. That was Riley Counts there.
Yeah.
Central still with plenty of time on the play clock. And now they're going to be looking at a play. 5 seconds now. And I think Sambo is going to run in there and call a timeout. And these are the timeouts you do not want to take. Not even halfway through the third quarter.
No.
Thought they looked like they might have had a lot of time if they had a play called. But when they got lined up, they didn't have a play in yet. Eisenhower out with a little bit of a punch, but doesn't really land as strong as they wanted it to. Now Central able to move the ball a little bit as we have Sweet Home Alabama playing here. We get a lot of the states here. We had, West Virginia a few weeks ago. Now we got Sweet Home Alabama. If we come back next week, you'll hear Deep in the Heart of Texas. Now going to be 2nd and 8 again. Now Not much going there for Peters.
It's just like they kind of slowed down.
Yeah. It just seems like they're not playing with that kind of fire they normally have. Of course, that could just be one down. They were looking pretty good the last few plays before that. But you're going to have a third down and a long 7 here. They're going to hand it off Peters again, but he's hit right after he gets the ball off of the snap. Central's going to have to punt it. I think you're a little too far away to maybe have lightning strike twice with a fake.
I don't think I'd do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Especially given Eisenhower a short field to work with.
And the
how
way
they're playing right now.
Moving after the half.
Yeah, we're going to need a big booming kick, see if they're the snap much better. They were coming for it. That's going to bounce about the 39. They're going to down it maybe 38. Decent pun, but certainly not one of Peters' best. Yeah. Usually he gets helped out with a little bit of a bounce, but really didn't get anything there. And Eisenhower going to be taking over about the 38. Going to be quarterback keeper. Kind of does a last-second dive to get a few more yards.
The thing is that they are moving the ball, and they weren't doing that in the first half. They weren't moving the ball like they're moving it right now.
And even just that 3-yard gain right there, like they were not going to get. Like that same play call, that same turn of events that just happened, they were not getting anything in the first half, but still able to scrounge some yards out of it here. Mackey looking over the field, caught by number 17. Takes a good lick at the end, a little slow to get up. Chance only. He got it, kind of hit his hands, but then able to keep it in front of him. Come down with it. Things kind of going the way of the Lions now.
And they're doing as the way Central was doing, moving the ball down the field whenever they get it.
They're going to run option right side, gets it pitched.
And he's got some yards.
Going to be wrestled out of bounds. Light flag coming from the deep side. The official threw that flag probably 20 yards.
Do we have a personal?
I wonder if we might. Maybe some hand clapping coming from Central side, but
yeah.
Nope. That's going against Salina Central. Now penalties are starting to add up. That's a big hurt right there.
Now, when they were down here the last time, could come back to hurt them, right? Because right now they may be very close to tying this game.
They could. It's going to be a handoff. 23. Guess maybe
4 yards.
Yeah, about 4, maybe 3, 4, yeah, in that area. Parker Wenzel again.
Carrying the ball, number 23, Parker Wenzel. Making the tackle, Mustangs, number 20, Ben Driver.
Just from our vantage point, I see that left side of the field wide open.
Yeah.
That's Cody Hauser out there. We're going to get
movement.
Salvage a play. Yeah. And that was Cody Hauser, who I just mentioned out there at wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. And, I mean, what I've usually always heard is, sometimes you have false starts on the offensive line, but when you're out there as a receiver, you should not have any false starts because you're the one really just looking at the ball. You don't really have necessarily a count that you're going on.
Right.
You'll play action over the middle. Good coverage!
Picked off. It's picked off.
And I think they might rule that as a touchback. No, I think they might count him down at the 1. But Ben Driver with perfect coverage. Just got right in front of the receiver, and if he wasn't going to come down with that, that was going to be because there was an offensive pass interference. But yeah, the momentum of the play did end up going into the end zone, but he originally made the catch on the 1. So Ben Driver did just make that catch, but I think we're going to dial up another one-handed grab here.
We're in that territory, aren't we?
Yep. If you're Eisenhower, you got to think it is another huge opportunity to create some absolute chaos right now. And we'll see if they decide to throw it. Last couple times, Eisenhower's been able to get penetration and stop Talon Peters. They're going to hand it off to him, and he's going to give him some little bit of breathing room.
Cheers on the Mustangs, number 33, Talon Peters. Making the tackle, number 31, Christian Fowler.
Gets it to the 5. Coach Sanbo throwing up both of his hands, calling out some signals. A couple of Eisenhower linebackers switching sides. Going to be another handoff, Peters. Maybe a couple. Maybe about 3 all in all.
Here's the ball again, number 33, Talon Peters. Making the tackle, number
3rd and 3 now.
It's a big third down.
Hey, you're the one who always says all you need is 3 yards. You got
That's
4 the
it.
first, you got 3 the second. Go there on 3rd and get 3 more with Peters. I think they can do it, but more than likely they might be
Pass.
switching some up. And Kavanaugh's going to keep it. Gets by 1. And he's going to be
down.
held up. That could have really got blown up.
Yeah, in the backfield.
Eisenhower player, I think that might have been number 45, right there to get that at a 4th down inside the 10. Kavanaugh being shifty, able to get a 1st down. Ball now seems on the 12. They're going to hand it off wide to Peters. And there looks like another 3 yards.
That's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although it gets a little nerve-wracking near the end of that 3.
Yeah.
Having to get that last one.
Yep. And we've got a minute 24 left in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs still getting the play in, 10 seconds on the play clock. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Able to get the snap away. Kavanaugh keeping it. Especially kind of all 3 timeouts we saw in the first half, and now this one timeout we had in the second. All about not getting the play in or what they wanted in at the right moment.
And I don't know, but Eisenhower has got to be really disappointed in the 2 times that they've had the ball and they've taken it down there.
Yep. It's just going to be those few plays that you think about. Kavanaugh pump fake, looking middle of the field. Kind of got a little bit of a push by number 11 of the Mustangs there at the end. I didn't know they could somehow throw an offensive pass interference on that, but didn't look like any receiver going for the ball. But that
well, we got the punt team coming
that
out,
was
right?
3rd down, yeah.
Are they going to punt? Are they going to?
when you're on your own 16, give them a short field if it all
It's 20-7.
goes up in flames. Another
Whoa!
high snap. Peters able to come down with it. Oof. Gets the punt away. That's going to take a good Central bounce. Going to be down at about the 47-yard line, but number 2, the Mustangs trying to be a little sneaky, move it back a few yards. Got a little bit of a crowd reaction out of that. Central able to dig themselves out of the hole they were put in, but able just going to be able to reset the game a little bit.
And Eisenhower's been moving the ball. They just can't put it into the end zone.
It really feels like it's completely different halves for both teams. And that first down run of 2 looks like it's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. But they're going to try and line this up real quick. Maybe try and catch.
On the clock.
I think they were trying to line up quick to catch Central off guard, but not in time. That's going to be the end of the pretty fast-moving third quarter.
That was a quick third quarter.
20-7, our score still. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes right after this.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.
And welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Eisenhower back with the ball almost to midfield. Eisenhower being able to move the ball pretty effectively.
So Eisenhower can't say they didn't have an opportunity.
Low snap almost disrupted there. Nice hit. There, number 14.
There's no way they could say they didn't have time. I mean, the opportunity, the way they've taken the ball into the end zone area.
Yeah, like inside the red zone.
There we
Both
go.
kind of where
The
those
red zone.
drives kind
Two
of
of 'em.
ended. Yeah.
One ended in an interception, and
That really just gave him breathing room, ran some time off the clock, but it's going to be third down. Pocket collapsing, and he's going to be sacked. At about the 45, they were in Central territory, and one play later, they're 5 yards back in their own territory. Central hasn't gotten to the quarterback that much tonight.
fourth down.
Now, this is something you might have to look out for. I mean, granted, they've been able to stop Central on offense. Granted, there is a 12 yards to go, but time may be running short. Yeah, that's a fair catch, caught and downed the 24 by Ben Driver. Good job by the Central defense again, coming up big. I think Central's going to need kind of that methodical drive, like especially that first drive we saw at the very beginning of the game. Ran about full 6 minutes off the clock.
And I don't think Talen's gotten started tonight like he normally does.
It's true. That's Riley Counts. Gonna be thrown down. Number 50 for the Tigers. Able to string out his block.
Big loss.
String out his arm, get some separation from his blocker, and just use that weight room strength. It was Ian Stevens there. Passing situation now for the Mustangs. Kavanaugh gonna roll it right, gonna try and run, but he's gonna lose probably another couple yards. I believe that officially goes down as a sack.
Yeah.
That's going to be third and about 19.
Wow. I would say third and a long ways.
Yeah. Clock stops at 10:32. Rusher's coming.
They're
Kavanaugh. Ball comes out, but I thought I saw the ball a little bit. Interested to see where they mark this. Yeah, they're going to mark it probably about the 3, I would assume. And that is where it looks like they're going to mark it.
Wow.
2 unblocked rushers.
The Eisenhower defense, boy, has really changed.
They're coming up huge. I mean, we talked about that, yeah, you know, Eisenhower's offense going to have to get something going, but it's not going to matter if they don't stop the offense of Central, but they're doing that.
They are doing that.
Peter's going to have to kick it in his own end zone. And if you don't get that snap good,
Can't be high. Yep.
and they get it away. And that's going to take a pretty good Central bounce. Going to go out at about the 50, maybe 49. Going to be on the Central side of the field, but you don't want to be having problems with the snap, and then, hey, guess what? Now you got to kick this out of your own end zone.
Right. Now Eisenhower, we're in the fourth quarter. They've got to do something. Time is running out.
I'm almost wondering if we're gonna get a 20-7 final. First down, picking up about 4. Eisenhower really getting up quick. Central not really responding to it. They're getting a little underhand pass.
Good one.
It kind of looked like that reminded me of kind of like a rugby pass.
It was.
Just kind of held the ball in center of him and just kind of flicked it over to his running back. Gonna be first down. Got the ball on the 35 now. Clock stops at 9:10. Eisenhower having trouble getting the play in maybe, and I think they're gonna have a player come in late. 10 seconds on the play clock. Probably already have a play in. Might be a passing down, but yeah, it is.
Screen.
And that's gonna be caught. Colton McKinnon
Picked up
able
a
to
couple of yards.
He had a couple, but definitely if he was able to a little bit more accurate throw and wasn't kind of backpedaling, could have gotten a few more if he didn't fall down.
This is a big set of downs for them right now.
It is. And it's almost like when the field gets smaller, it's a lot harder for him to move. And there's going to be McKinnon again now on the handoff. Going to get about 3 there, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. And McKinnon's now going to be off the field. And they're going to do that same pass! Oh my! Drew Burgoon was a half second away from catching that in the air and running it all the way back. Woo! You do that once, but you're gonna do that twice. I'm gonna come get it. And then I think Eisenhower is going to take their first time out of the half. Obviously, 4th and 11, you got to get this play right. Drew Burgoon.
What would you do right now? You know you got to pass, or you got to run and play.
I think you got to try something pass-wise. I mean, maybe something roll out. You were having in the end of the first half, you got those kind of those passes in the middle of the field, you might be able to try to go back to something like that.
Or roll out and let that quarterback take off.
He hadn't really done that very much, but the plays that he does, Central doesn't seem to have a player accounting for him.
Big fourth down play right here, right now.
Looking in the
got a man.
left side.
He's got a man.
Caught.
And it's a catch.
And I think
He's at the 10-yard line.
I think the Central receiver was kind of a little discussing with the ref. I think you had a little bit of separation there late, and I think there was some hand contact. I think he could have maybe had a case, but I think in the end of the day, that's just maybe strength. Convert the big fourth down. Haney now gonna be keeping it.
They laid that wood to him.
They're gonna lose maybe 3.
You know when you can hear it up here, you know it's a good lick.
Yep. You get that thing where it gets a little silent here in the stadium, and you hear that big old smack. Well, again, Eisenhower inside the 20, but
This
first
the third
down.
time.
Yeah, first down for the Mustangs, able to get a 3-yard loss. Defenders in the corners playing close. And that is nowhere near Cody Hauser. Gonna be 3rd down and 13.
This is a big third down play.
And even though it is 2-down territory, I feel like they've been better when they've had more field to work with. Even if you run it and get a few and go for it on 4th, I think the longer the field, the better. They are going to pass it. They might do a little inside screen.
Oh!
Hauser going to take it. Run completely to the other side. I don't know if that was completely designed that he was going to run laterally across the field.
He just got back to the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah. He caught the ball on the right side of the field and then completely ran it kind of where the original line of scrimmage was. But yeah, we're going to have 4th down.
This could be their season right here.
Might have lost a yard all in all.
This could be their season.
Another low snap.
There
Gonna
you
throw
go.
it up. And it's going to be picked up, and we're going to get a flag. And I think that might be a good call. I think you had the Central receiver have both arms hugged around
He did.
number 7. It was kind of obscured as even if he didn't do that, that interception was coming either way. Not sure who ended up making the would-be interception, but even if he didn't hold him there, perfect timing and jump to snag the interception. But that's going to get called, and that's going to move the ball to, the 6th, and it's going to be a 1st down.
That's right, 1st and 10. They'll get a new set of downs.
Official's going to be discussing a little bit of it. Might maybe need to be back to the 7 as they had the ball in the, if they're going half the distance to the goal, had the ball in the 14. Marking it at the 6, should be maybe around the 7. Okay, it is going to be 4th down.
Because what? I thought
So,
it was pass interference.
It was pass interference, but we've seen that before, that it isn't necessarily an automatic 1st down. I think before we've seen kind of like defensive holding calls or even like a face mask that doesn't result in an automatic 1st down. And they're gonna reset the play clock here. Yeah, they won't
This
be
is a
resetting it all
big
the way.
4th down for them.
This is pretty
But
huge.
especially with 6:31 down by 13,
Yep.
you definitely need a score now.
Eisenhower going to give another live. Looks like Mark Sambo is going to call timeout. This is a big of an important down for the offense as it is the defense, but I mean, obviously you want to get this right, but you might give the Eisenhower coaches a little time to draw something up.
That's very true. So,
It's not necessarily here's your ball game yet, but this could be here's your ball game part A.
oh,
No flags. Incomplete.
he had a hand wrapped around him, though.
I think we're waiting for it. I think the Central fans are waiting for it too. We kind of had a late cheer. I don't know if you heard it, but
Yeah.
we have the window open. We kind of had a few claps, and then there was about a pause, and then
Well, he had his hand wrapped around him.
and I saw even the official, it looked like he kind of put his hand on his hip. I was waiting for it, but
Wow.
not going to be called. Central's going to take over on their own 6. Big stop there. Little play action. Kavanaugh down
Got
the
a man.
field. Ben Driver with the catch. And he's still
Still
going.
going.
And that was number 1 for the Tigers is currently down. That looked a little confusing because Counts and Driver were kind of running just a few yards away from each other.
They were.
And Counts was starting to slow down. Like, is that coming to me? Like, and Bass was a little underthrown. But as we've seen before, Ben Driver able to get up there and come down with it.
Big play.
.6:11 left to go in the game. And they're going to screen it. And there's a chance, and they're going to get it. I think you're going to get a pass interference maybe on on the defender. Pass from the screen was coming to Talon Peters, but was really just kind of getting wrapped up. And they're going to talk about it. Pass was behind the line of scrimmage. Not sure if that was maybe an exception.
No, they're marking it off.
And that's going to be a holding, not a pass interference. Yeah, it's going to be on an eligible receiver, so they were going to get that flag there. And that's going to move up the ball to just past the 40. So 39 of the Tigers. We're under 6 minutes left. Handoff Peters. Gets about 2 before he's taken down.
Yeah, I don't think Peters has been running free like he normally
He
does.
hasn't, and I think definitely Tiger's been keeping him honest. Central might be into a little bit of running clock mode. Obviously, it is a 2-score game, and you look back at those 2 other areas, even 3 they had in the red zone, not able to convert. Could be a very different ball game. And I think Central's going to have to take another timeout as the play clock's just rolling down. That's going to leave Central with one left. And that time didn't necessarily seem like they were having trouble getting a play. They just kind of wanted to run it down, it seemed. But usually you do that on a fourth down right before you punt it, not a second down and 8. I mean, you always say that, hey, it's an important down, but especially at this point, every down is important.
Yeah, it is.
But you only have so many timeouts.
Well, Central's only have.
Well, they're showing on the scoreboard none left.
I thought they had one.
I think no, that is their last one. I apologize. They called one early in the third quarter.
Oh, they did,
and then they called that one right before the fourth down, and that was their final. I forgot about that early timeout with like 7 minutes in the third. Eisenhower still with 2. And that's a weird time to want to take your final timeout. I mean, obviously you don't want to take a 5-yard loss, but you're almost getting to that point where that timeout might be very important, especially if you're having another trouble in a really crucial part not getting a play in. Well, that might change. See what Kavanaugh gonna have to do with this. Pass complete to Logan Heigl. Might be his first reception of the night. That's first down yardage. Was out of bounds, so the clock is stopped at 5 minutes, 3 seconds. And I would expect them to go back to Peters, but Sandbo always being aggressive, and then does go to Peters. Able to get a little bit to the edge, get it cut up. Gonna pick up maybe, does that look like 8 maybe?
Yeah, it looks that way.
And might be actually 7.
There's been no real activity as far as scoring goes.
Yeah, no score at all, and Peters is coming up limping.
Oh, that's not a good sign for them.
And they might have to maybe call an injury timeout, but that would be an official timeout as they don't have any timeouts left. And that's going to be a big hurt for them. We'll see if they go to their backup. And they're going to keep it on the ground with Kavanaugh. It's a little bit of a block on the edge. Might have a first. Kind of out of bounds right at the marker.
He might be just a yard. Is he a yard short?
Maybe.
About a half a yard, maybe.
Yeah, that's going to be the third down in inches. Trying to look, I didn't necessarily see who Central had out there at running back now. Does that look like number 24? That would be Keyshawn McDaniel. That'd be on the left. It looks like they might have Riley Counts on the right of Kavanaugh. And they're going to give it to Counts. They're going to string it out. Don't think he maybe meant to, but that's going to be a good job keeping that in bounds,
like
even
he
though
got the first
I think he does have it.
Oh, it's right on the line at least. It's really close.
They have there is a flag down. Kind of it was obscured by.
Oh, and
did not hear what the call was. The flag was kind of hidden from our view. At least I didn't see it because the Central players were in the way. But I want to say that might be at a part where you see a hold. I didn't fully hear the official, but especially when you're having things stringing out trying to just get a yard, you might get a hold in there. So 3rd and 1, and a conversion turns into 3rd and 11.
Wow.
If there is a positive to that, clock is still running at 3:47 and counting. They're going to be passing here. Getting
He's got
some name, but as his man, I think, is that Ben Driver?
It is.
Took a big hit and able to come down with it, and
the first down.
That might be play of the second half.
Pass was complete from number 12, Jackson Kavanaugh, to number 20, Ben Driver.
Maybe has just crucial importance
Mr. Driver's made a couple of critical catches tonight.
He has.
And playing defense.
3:30 and counting now. Still might be able to get a first down on the one, and I think we might have a false start here. Another false start on the offensive line. Granted, one of them was on a receiver, but that might be, what, 5 false starts, and it's not like you're playing in a loud, noisy environment.
No.
That's just kind of getting the snap, everybody being on the same page. If there's a positive to that, the clock is still running. I don't want to sound
good.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but
that's good. I mean,
well, at that point, why don't you just false start all the way down to 0 minutes left? I think it might end up stopping if it's inside 2. Kavanaugh on his back foot, gonna try and throw it into the end zone.
Sound like some people are calling for a flag. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
Ben Driver seemed to kind of want to stick his foot out there at the end. Clock now at 2:49.
Wow.
It's gonna be
The
second
thing that
15.
gets to me is they played so well the first half, but the second half we haven't really seen much of any scoring.
And really kind of, it looks like the exact same kind of look. It's just Eisenhower not able to convert when they need to, where Central did in the first half. Kavanaugh somehow gets away, and he's going to be out of bounds. The kind of plays you want him to just fall down, stay in bounds.
Or throw the ball. I mean, this is a huge loss.
I don't think I really realized it. That's going to be back to the 24.
I don't know why you don't just throw it up.
Yeah. And clearly out of the pocket, just chuck it into the track.
Right. Wow.
A pretty manageable 3rd and 23rd here, 23 here,
you
Charles.
Get a sack without a sack.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he might as well have just gotten tackled back there, as big as that loss is. And Kavanaugh's going to keep it. Not sure if that was supposed to be a play action, but just a really slow development. I think Eisenhower's going to take the timeout here. And really, that huge loss by Kavanaugh, that might have put you out of field goal range. I mean, you're looking at a pretty long field goal for Talon Peters.
And Talon, is he able to? He hasn't been in at running back, so is he able to?
Oh, that is true. I did not even think about that. They might be without him, and yeah, Talon Peters still down here on kind of the trainer's bench. Yeah,
got his shoe off,
and it looks like they've kind of taping his left wrist. Does have his shoe off. I don't know if it's necessarily has some ice maybe under his left leg. I'm sure if you're Coach Sandbo, you're wanting them to hurry up, getting that tape on.
I don't see how you can kick it right now, for sure.
I mean, obviously, if you had somebody who would be able to kick it, you wouldn't have your starting star running back doing it.
No.
4th and 21. Jackson Kavanaugh getting pressure. 1 misses, 2 misses. We're going to get a hold, I think. But that's not going to matter because it's intercepted.
And he's going.
And he's got the ball at about the 46. And if somehow that's not on the offense. Penalty is declined. I believe that is the second interception thrown by Jackson Kavanaugh tonight. Eisenhower's kind of in business. They definitely got to get going.
They've
Still
been
down
in
2.
business all night.
That is true.
I mean, they've been down there.
That is true.
3 times, can't put it in.
They've shown up for the interview numerous times. They
That's
just
right.
can't land the job.
That's it, exactly. Couldn't have been said better.
Good pocket thrown. I think you could maybe get a flag, and you're going to get it. Could have been not called, but I think you definitely had some contact there.
Yeah, he's
Crowd reacting to the penalty on Gage Presser, but
it's probably right.
I think they were certainly hip to hip, but I think Gage Presser was kind of maybe asserting the dominance in that position, where a little too much. They're gonna look over.
Oh,
Throw is high. Presser and Ben Driver there. I think Driver got his hands on it.
he did.
I mean, I think definitely Ben Driver, clearly the weapon on defense. I mean, you have not only a really good safety, but a tall safety, where you have any of those balls that are kind of thrown up and not on a line.
If they have any chance of being in this game, they're going to have to score this time.
2:07, back to throw again. Rushers. Mackey taken down, under 2 and counting.
They've got to get back. There's time. The time is moving on the clock.
Eisenhower with 1 timeout, but Salina Central
And they're
1:45 and counting away from moving on. And you're looking at 3rd and 16. There's going to have to be a lot of things go right. They're going to take a short pass. And tackle's going to be made
it's still
inbounds.
going. It's still, clock is still moving.
Did not get out of bounds, and when you're kind of right there and getting wrapped
And
up by 2.
down, too. It's
You're
4th
getting-
down. The time is running out. This could be the ball game right here.
I think this is your ball game now. Part B. Looking
got it.
left side.
He got it.
What a catch. Here comes a
The
flag.
flag.
I wonder if you could get something offensive here. Hold the phone. Again, I saw a little bit of that separation again, but that time just looked like 17 made a good cut there at the end, but they're going to call offensive pass interference. And of course, the Central crowd is giving not much just of a regular cheer, but more of a sarcastic cheer, it seemed like.
Right.
So you had, 4th and 9. Of course, if that pass wasn't caught by number 17, Chance Only, who's come up with some big catches, they would have clearly declined that. Central would have the ball, but since he was able to make the catch, you're looking at 4th and I don't really know. 24? They got to get to the 29 of Central, and they got the ball in the 46 on their own 46. And you really you had the odds stacked against you there.
Well, it's over.
At that point, you just run everybody down the field. Seemed to only have one receiver going deep, which may be a little baffling. Defense again comes up big. And I think the Mustangs can feel it. 57 seconds left. Might only need to snap it twice. And somebody not on the field. Ben Driver coming onto the field. Not necessarily sure he was the one who needed to be on the field. But he is over there with his helmet on, ready to go. 49 seconds and counting. Eisenhower not going to use their final timeout, as the only thing you'd be hoping for would be a mishandle of a snap and somehow able to get on it. Final snap going to be right here as they're going to let it go. Still 15 on the play clock, but they can snap at any time. And there it is. Final 17 seconds. Salina Central survives a little bit of a push from the Eisenhower Tigers, but moves on to the second round of the playoffs. Our final, Mustangs 20, Tigers 7. And we'll be back with post-game after this.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.
Welcome to the RE/MAX MVP Player of the Week. This week it is Mr. Driver. What a game. What about the interception that you had tonight?
Yeah, I just saw the ball come up, took care of it. Just my job back there playing safety, got to take care of the ball.
Well, you were playing on both sides of the ball. A couple of good catches too, I believe.
Yeah.
What about those?
We were backed up on those two, so I just told them to throw it up for me and I made a play on it.
So how do you feel about going on to this next game?
Yeah, it's huge. The last two seasons, 0-18, it was kind of down for us, but came back 7-2 going in the second round of playoffs, so it's huge.
Well, I'd just like to thank you, Mr. Driver, for being the MVP of the week.
Yep, thank you.
Area high school athletes now have a big home field advantage. The new Salina Regional Sports Medicine Clinic. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks, Salina Regional Sports Medicine offers comprehensive care, from education to prevent sports injuries, to performance, to the preservation and healing of damaged joints through surgery and rehabilitation. Fellowship trained in sports medicine orthopedic surgery, Dr. Hawks specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of ligament, cartilage, and meniscus injuries. He and his team of athletic trainers and physician assistant supports 5 area high schools, providing the highest quality, most timely care to athletes of every sport. In the school training facility, on the field, or in our clinic, we're ready wherever and whenever you need us. From high school athletes to weekend warriors, we'll help you get back in the game and keep you in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, the leader in comprehensive sports medicine.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.